On February 13th, the day 20 people on her communications team lost their jobs, she posted a moment for mixed patterns.
Now we're going to talk about a huge scandal that is plaguing Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency and their broader efforts to trim the federal government that just got exposed by CNN. Okay, so Elon Musk and the Doge department are laying off and firing a lot of federal workers and downsizing federal agencies like the Department of Education and USAID and other things that, while I think potentially necessary because our government is so in debt and the federal government has become so bloated, do involve people losing their jobs and their livelihoods, which shouldn't be taken lightly. And now we have a problem where a top spokesperson for the Department of the federal government that's firing all these people just got exposed for filming influencer content at the office during work hours. Yes, seriously, take a listen to this reporting from CNN.
Doge striking again. CNN learning the education department is expected to begin sweeping layoffs tonight. The goal, we understand, is to cut about half of the 4,100 person workforce, so 50% cut for the DOE. It comes as a CNN investigation looks into a high-ranking employee at the Office of Personnel and Management, the agency that sent out the mass email asking federal workers to justify their jobs. That high-ranking employee has been filming influencer videos that promote what she's wearing on social media from inside her government office.
It looks just like any other influencer video. A young woman posing in front of a camera over and over and over again, showing off her trendy but timeless professional fashion. But she's no ordinary influencer, and that's no ordinary office. Her name is McLaurin Pinover, and she's the Trump administration's new director of communications for the Office of Personnel Management, or OPM, which manages federal employees. All of these videos were shot in her government office, right here at OPM headquarters in Washington, D.C., ground zero for Trump's plan to cut thousands of workers from the federal government in the name of efficiency. Inside her office, Pinover captures video at her desk, putting on makeup, modeling new outfits to her 800 followers. Pinover markets clothes on her account. Using what's called affiliate links, she could get a portion of any item sold through her Instagram page, like this $475 skirt or $300 dress, but it's unclear whether she's made any money. On February 13th, the day 20 people on her communications team lost their jobs, she posted a moment for mixed patterns. And the week when her agency demanded all federal employees list 5 things they did that week, she posted the Businesswoman Special. As OPM spokeswoman, she defended the memo at the time as a commitment to an efficient and accountable federal workforce. She's a Trump official. She has only been on the job since January with the new administration. And some of this does appear to have happened on the clock. We were actually looking at her account this morning, Erin. She posted a couple of Instagram stories during normal business hours. You can also see the time on her watch in at least one of the videos she filmed, all during work hours. Now, about 15 minutes after CNN reached out to her requesting comment, her Instagram account was deleted.
Yikes. This is really a bad look for the Doge efforts and this individual. And I'm sorry, but she's going to have to be fired. She's got to go. It is simply not okay to be the spokesperson for the department that is laying off people in mass, and you are filming your fashion and influencer content and uploading and posting it during work hours from the office. You're literally supposed to be spearheading the efforts of the Department of Government Efficiency, and you're cosplaying as an Instagram micro-influencer at work. Babe, come on now. That is ridiculous. It is obviously, a waste of taxpayer resources and time. But more importantly, it's the dichotomy between these people, these federal employees, are getting pink slips and losing their jobs. And honestly, I think a lot of that needs to happen. But you cannot be so callous that you are, on the same day 20 people from your department get fired, posting at work your Instagram tutorials. Girl, come on now. You should be fired for that. And frankly, I think if I was Elon Musk or President Trump, I'd be extremely angry with this woman for undercutting our very important efforts to rein in government spending and the bloated federal workforce and the massive inefficiency of our government with such a obviously ridiculous waste of time. And you posted this publicly. You thought no one was going to notice when you're attaching your name to statements. I mean, I'm a recovering journalist, right? When somebody is the spokesperson attaching their name to statements defending highly controversial things, though I don't think it should have been that controversial, like asking employees, what did you do? Give us 5 things or you're fired. They're going to look at who you are and what you do on your social medias. This is like taught to us at a very early age now. And yet this person thinks you could just post to Instagram all this like modeling, makeup, fashion content at work from her office. If she was doing this on her own time after hours, I would have no issue with it. And I would think it would just be kind of a fake, liberal media story attacking a Trump official. But no, she's literally doing this on the job. Like they said, you can see her watch. It's during work hours in her office posting fashion get ready with me's while she's a key participant in the effort for laying other people off because their jobs are not efficient. The irony here is astounding, and the hypocrisy is staggering. And I'm sorry, but she should be fired for this. She really should. And then they got to get this under control and make sure that if you are going to be culling the ranks of federal employees and laying people off, which to rein in government spending and the bloated federal workforce, goals that I support, you got to have your own ship in order. Okay. And you can't be giving liberal media outlets who, like CNN, fundamentally do want to discredit. They love the federal government and having it spend as much money as possible and having all these people employed. They really are all in on that. They want to discredit this project. So you cannot give them ammunition like this. This isn't fake news. They didn't make anything up. She posted it all publicly on Instagram. That is astounding in its naivete and ignorance and stupidity. And I worry about this with a lot of the Doge stuff. I support the goals, but they are making big errors and not fact-checking claims and boasting about big savings and then having to delete it from the website because turns out they were wrong and the amount isn't actually that much, or it's not what they thought it was. They're moving too quickly and they're breaking a lot of things. And with something as important as this, scaling back the federal government and stopping our fiscal crisis, you really doing it poorly is almost worse than not doing it at all, because you may permanently discredit the idea of fiscal conservatism if you allow it to be turned into kind of a calamity. And I hope they can get this under control and have some more message discipline and some more fact checking and avoid more scandals like this, because we really do need efforts to make the government more efficient. They lose insane amounts to waste. Just look at the COVID era and the obscene amounts of hundreds of billions of dollars they lost to fraudsters and scammers, including people actively in prison who were just filling this out, the forms where you could just get the expanded unemployment benefits with basically no verification. There's clearly a huge problem, but the people that are tasked to solve it are not covering themselves in glory, to say the very least. What do you guys think? Can you believe this story from CNN? Let me know in the comments.